Hello and welcome back to Lord of Heroes on Nyris Gaming. We have our update that happened yesterday. Actually, I was going to do a recording, but stuff came up. Sorry for the delay. But we shall get into things with the new update. First things first, we have Fire Ricardo in the game now. He is a $27 hero package. That was his intro animation. I currently have him at Ascension 2. No, Ascension 1. Ascension 2 is the final one. But we can get into his abilities now. So his first one, we saw level 1 and level 6 already, but now we can see everything in between. So level 1, attack selected enemy, 80% chance to reduce the target's attack power for 2 turns. Really good off the bat, and he's a warrior, so he has access to counterattack. So he should be reducing attack power quite frequently, especially in boss battles. Then it goes up damage, then another debuff chance, and damage and debuff chance. So this gets up to 100% chance to reduce attack power, going immediately into resistance check. And then, based on the level 6 that we saw, it adds a buff stealing effect at max rank. His 2 starts at 4-turn cooldown, attacks all enemies if the attack is a crit, increases the attack power and crit rate of the user, and the ally with the highest attack power for 2 turns. Pocket buffing for your DPS. This just gets 10% damage from level 2 to 5 and goes down to a 3-turn cooldown at max. His burst is pretty straightforward, starts at 4 spirit cost, attacks all enemies, deals 7% more damage for every buff on the user, ignores defense if the attack is a crit. So basically in raids, you'll be running him not on the burst slots, you'll be running him for these two, just to provide debuffs, steal buffs, and buff your DPS. If you're wanting to run him as a DPS, you're going to lean heavier into this, build him for crit, build him in a team that has a lot of buffs, and get his passive up so you don't have to build as much crit rate. This gets down to a 3 spirit cost at max rank and just ups in damage otherwise, and he gains extra damage against Earth Element. Speaking of Fire Ricardo, there is a renown payback, so if you do buy him, if you ascend him through the 19th, you will get your renown back. You will not get the runes back, just the renown, but still, getting a free 1.3 million renown purchase refunded is always nice. They have done this for a lot of heroes so far, so keep that in mind if you're wanting to build him. In other warrior news, here's Lynn's new outfits intro animation. Absolutely adorable. There's some little flares here and there like that when she's done and is idling. Here is that in this context. I have some accessories on, so those do not come with the outfit, unless you roll them with the accessories you get for purchasing. So the glasses and the tail are not part of this, but the rest is her idle outfit. And here is the limited version, should you choose to get that. And the other major thing changed this update is the Silent Straits. So we are going to do a run here. This is now going to be 40 turns instead of 60, so this will take much less time. I've already done some runs myself, and I can attest to that. It is wonderful. And you get better rewards for it so far. So let's get into that. Okay, so here we go. This is all going to be primarily done automatically. That's how this goes until we hit certain damage thresholds. Then we're going to get abilities to choose from. This is mostly just to showcase how the changes are now. One thing to note, the way I was reading the change to the action gauge boosting ability was it potentially was purely for the raid boss, but it is here too. It is no longer affected by revenge, assist, and blitz attacks. So you do not have to worry about that probably anywhere with bosses. I'll have to look further into the rest. So since we have less turns, this is going to take less damage, and we need to do less damage to get to higher reward tiers. I believe gold is at 15 million now. Since this update is hit, we'll probably be doing a Silent Straits guide here in the near future as well. I've got my Fire Lucilica primarily equipped to deal with this Earth one currently. So hopefully she gets a lot of bursts out. We shall see. Give everyone an attack buff just to do more damage here. Even though they already had it, I just realized. Whoops. This is the one problem with the Silent Straits, is that there's no burst slots, so everyone can do it, and oftentimes the ones that you don't want doing it end up doing it, and wasting your burst gauge. Water Joshua's burst is not the best to be using here. I would love it if Olivia and Lucilica were the only ones bursting. And she's not critting right now because of that crit rate debuff. Not the best of bursts, but better than Water Joshua, that's for sure. Plus action gauge boost. There we go. 300,000 damage just from her S1. Keep this going. Also, since that's an ocean one, that does AoE damage to all of the enemies. I'm getting really tired of seeing your burst, Joshua. You're an amazing unit, but this is not what you're used for. Looks like one of our teammates is already dead. They're grayed out over here. And since this update, Phase 2 will not be happening on the weekday ones. So that is not a concern. Give me at least one burst from Lucilica, please. Oh, Joshua's dead. Whoopsie. Ah, she's low health. That did good. Gonna heal y'all for the one turn that you're allowed to attack still. If we even get another turn in. Nope. But don't worry, they didn't take damage. So I believe this is either a bronze or a silver chest. I think silver is 10 million, so potentially only a bronze. But we still get guaranteed rewards for that. No more like you get maybe a couple thousand gold and maybe a thing or two. And maybe if you do this 50 more times, you'll be able to purchase one thing from the store. We are about to see. Interesting that it still goes through this animation, even though it does not go into Phase 2. Breaking that thing off of it. Now, damage breakdown. Total. Oh no, it was still a silver. And yep, you will be getting this every time. Including this lovely thing right here. So, other than a gold, which is 2, you'll be getting a single link stone every single run. From every other tier of chest. Which is absolutely lovely. And of course we have Conquer the Silence going on right now, so get to doing that and you'll be rewarded with a few thousand renown every day until the 6th. That is going to do it for this Lord of Heroes update. Until the next video, I'll be seeing ya.